Why are more people carrying knives? Is it protection, or is it to try and cause harm to other people? Some people say they carry knives because their fists aren't going to help them. People believe that they should carry knives because they want protection from each other, but that isn't always the case, as a 74-year-old woman was stabbed in Tow Hill just 3 days before Christmas. So what is being done? With police resources being stretched further than ever before, people often complain that there aren't enough officers on the streets or being seen to be proactively investigating cases. While those officers that do remain in the city are certainly hard at work doing everything they can to catch the criminal element in Coventry, other measures are also being used by the police. The city welcomed its very first knife surrender bin in June, which is in place outside the Asda supermarket in Whitley. I interviewed some students from Coventry College for their view on the rise of knife crime in Coventry.
What I personally think about the rise in knife crime in Coventry, it's probably led by the increase of poverty and homelessness, and also lack of job security, and maybe miseducation, and also maybe I think a lot of people, younger people in Coventry, feel like they have something to prove because the Midlands have gained popularity on social media.
It's getting a bit out of hand now, because if you look back about even just 5 or 6 years ago, it was nowhere near as bad as it is now. It's just getting out of control really, because nobody's really knowing what they're doing and how to prevent it, so something really does need to change to lower the knife crime rates.
Coventry is set to be given nearly £500,000 to tackle knife and gang crime. The government is set to hand out a total of £9.5 million to projects in 21 areas across the country to help those and their families who are hit by the devastating effects of knife crime and gang culture. The news comes just days after the latest stabbing in Coventry, which saw a 17-year-old injured during a street robbery in Willenhall. That was one of a number of stabbings that have already happened in 2019, and the commander of Coventry Police recently stated that he is doing absolutely everything to keep Coventry safe. The city will benefit with £477,000 with the Supporting Families Against Youth Crime Fund. The official line for how the money will be spent is that the cash will be used to deliver a 3-tier approach aimed at giving professionals additional training, raising awareness in schools, and targeting whole family work in areas of greatest need. Police in Coventry have had to deal with a number of stabbings already in 2019. A teenager suffered stab wounds to the chest, arm and back while being robbed of his bag in Remembrance Road, Willenhall. Other incidents so far this year include another 17-year-old being stabbed at Gallagher Retail Park on February 7th, and 2 other incidents where teenagers suffered stab wounds in the city centre and Foleshill.
Hey, my name's Phil Healy, I'm the Superintendent of Police for Coventry. Okay, well hopefully you've probably seen the Knife Angel that's been there just outside the cathedral. You know, a real powerful message around, you know, a peace and reconciliation in terms of knife crime. We understand the devastating impact that knife crime has on our individuals and communities. So it's incumbent on the police and all our partners to ensure that we're doing absolutely everything we can in our power to stop knife crime happening.
Coventry, like quite a while ago, used to not really be like a place of like knife crime or anything like that, but I think like more recently, like I think it's even worse than Birmingham. Like Coventry was rated like the most dangerous place to live in the UK.
Over the years, I've come into contact with knife crime a few times. In previous jobs I've had, I've actually come into contact with people with knives and bladed articles. So it can be very, very scary. I'm very lucky in that no one I know has been stabbed personally, but certainly working in Coventry, I've come into contact with people whose lives have been severely affected by knife crime.
It's bad, like it's getting really bad at this point, because like every single day now, like you're seeing something more where like someone's been stabbed, someone's been jumped, and like there's always stuff going on. And it's just getting worse. Like Coventry weren't like this a few years back, but like suddenly it's just all kind of spouting up. It's getting bigger.